ever since I was like 10 years old, I was the biggest Star Wars fan. And I was so interested in how the movies were made. I was just so in awe, like with all these different like spaceships flying around. And I was so curious to how they did it. And I pretty much started when I was 10 years old. And my dad, he would give me these little flip cameras and I would break them like water. And I remember when I was 15 and a half, my dad told me that it's either you're getting a job if you break one more camera. And I did. I worked at Taco Bell for 2.5 years, but throughout my high school career, I continued to do my own work. I would start with photography. I did like senior photos and any events. I actually did a few internships where I got to just learn different just video production and photography techniques. And then from there, my senior year, I was actually able to quit Taco Bell and I did my own full-time freelance job, and I actually have never gone back.
Very cool.
Thanks.
And you went to Cuyahoga Valley Career Center while you were in high school. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience and how you decided on your college or where you wanted to go in your college major?
Oh, absolutely. Like, so CVCC was the absolute best decision I have ever made. I actually was on the cusp of not going in. I like filled out my application too late. And I remember I came crying to the school because they originally didn't have me in the program, but they made room to get me in there. And yeah, absolutely best decision I ever made. The school is absolutely phenomenal. We went through so many different procedures, and I really think it wasn't the run and gun program. It was really like, we had an assignment and, to become a better filmmaker. And we had so many different projects that forced us to learn every time. And Bernie Van Tilbert was our instructor there. And pretty much he really, really pushed us and instilled, to be the best that we can be. And I could not thank enough. Like, I cannot be more grateful to be in that program.
Absolutely. Me too. Since I went through that as well, it's a really great program. And afterwards, you are still a junior at Cleveland State University. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Yeah, like I was also interested in a few other colleges as well. I was looking into Full Sail University and I was looking at a few others in California. But what really kept me in Cleveland is because I had my business here and I really wasn't ready to start over. Plus, I was still growing and learning, and I still am today. What kept me in Cleveland as well was just the new film school in general. I was interested in the new program, and not only I wanted to try it out, but I really believe that Cleveland has a lot of hardworking people and a lot of so many different businesses. And I really, really wanted to keep my business here, and I wanted to grow here and help other businesses. And I love collaborating with other people, and I love Cleveland.
Yeah, very good. So I want to touch on one thing, and I think it's something that for students that go through the CVCC program there, we're often met with the question, do we need to go to college to enter into the video production industry? Mm-hmm. And I think for each of us, that answer is a little bit different. And I want your take now that you're in CSU, thinking about what you learned in CVCC versus your experience at CSU. Can you give us a little insight on that?
Yeah, like I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think you need to go to college. I really don't think you need that experience. But if you're someone that is just starting out in the video production, movie industry, I would recommend going to college and, asking. I think the biggest thing that I see is that people don't ask enough questions. They just nod their head and then we watch a YouTube video. But the biggest thing is for me, it's like I've learned a lot there just because I've been picking my professor's brains. There's a few classes there that I definitely very much utilize and I'm happy to have. Some of my professors have given me clients, so I very much enjoy the networking opportunity there, but I can tell you that you do not need to go to college to have this as a job.
Now, say if you didn't have CVCC, because there are a lot of young people that want to get into video production, but they might not have that trade school, or even some people or students, they don't have access to an AV club or a class in their high school where they can get experience. What recommendations would you have in that regards? Would you still recommend college?
Yeah, like if you didn't go to Cleveland State, if you didn't go to Cuyahoga Valley Career Center or, a trade school, I would take some type of class, whether if that's online. Like I'm also subscribed to Masterclass, and I actually found that very beneficial in learning from various different instructors. The biggest thing for me, and I know with COVID, it's a little bit hard right now, but the networking opportunities was the biggest thing. Without Cuyahoga Valley Career Center, the most valuable tool I had was the mentorship program. I still work for my mentor that I was paired up with years ago. What I would recommend for students to do, I would consistently be working with your camera. I never put it down. Every single day I will go out, I will find something to capture. And that's sometimes a challenge too, because in Cleveland, if it's like a rainy day, it's like, what do you think you're going to do? But there's so much, like, at least on Instagram, I'm always looking through, different pages and different feeds and looking for all of these, at least little pieces of inspiration where I can go out and try something new. The biggest thing I would recommend is consistently take photos, take videos, consistently be working on your craft. That is the most beneficial tool.
All right. And like we mentioned before, you're still in college. So I'm kind of curious now, how do you balance your classes in college with your business? How challenging is that?
It is so challenging, but I am here for the challenge. It really pushes me. I work harder during the school year than outside of when I actually have time to focus on my business. Like, I have like winter break and, spring break and stuff, but during the school year, I work my butt off. I make sure I wake up really early. I wake up at like 6 a.m. every day. From 6 a.m. to like around 9 a.m., which is my first like online class. I try to knock out as much editing work as I can. I also have an assistant if I do get extremely busy, but yeah, it is quite a challenge, but I have learned to get I've been able to multitask so well now, and I've been able to really hone in on my goals. And because of college, it actually pushed me. I don't think I would be where I am in my business if it wasn't for me still being in school.
That's very cool. And you probably can't wait to graduate, I'm assuming, because once you graduate, you'll have all that time,
Yeah, I am just really trying. I have my own I cannot stress enough how important goal setting is. I have my own financial goals, I have my own personal goals, and I have goals for my own business. But yeah, being in school, it's funny because a lot of my classes, I still get credit just for freelancing. I'm going to be completely honest that I do not show up to all my classes, but I promise I still pass them. But yeah, because the film professors know that there is more, you get more value and more experience outside of college and just talking about, lighting techniques and stuff, going out and doing is the biggest thing.